Greetings, programs. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's the 16th day of February 2022. It's 47 degrees and sunny here in Ventura, California, with a blistering cold wind running through here as I guess spring is trying to spring. It is I, the OGGM, your guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, sports, and general internet nonsense with all the crowdfunding news worthy of talking about. Coffee, or at least that I can find. The following crowdfunding projects are coming to an end. If you want to support any of these, head on down to your friendly local game store. That's Cess Games and Anime here in Ventura, but for only 2 more weeks, and ask them to look into it. All right, what's going on? From Eldermancy and Ghostfire Gaming for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, we have Sunken Isles. This is a source book about an adventure on an island. And apparently they had a cultural consultant on this. So I guess it's an Isle of Dread type things. You're on an island. You've got to save it. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. Island adventures. I love island adventures. I love jungle adventures. I love everything to do with like Lost Island, Lost Treasures, Hidden Cities, Isle of Dread. You know, the fact that you needed a cultural consultant on a book about an island that is made up. How's it going to, I mean, this made up island might offend somebody. Yeah, anyways, $55 is the most popular pledge. So if you feel like you need to support a Dungeons & Dragons book about an island, even though there already are hundreds of these, you could spend $55, or you could just go get Tomb of Annihilation or Isle of Dread. Yeah, I think I'm getting way too opinionated about these. From the Merry Mushmen, for the OSR, we have Knock Issue 3. This is an RPG zine. $26 is the most popular pledge. Knock was voted one of the top RPG support zines of 2021, 2022 so far. This is the 3rd issue of this amazing magazine / whatever you want to call it. Sourcebook is 212 pages of random tables, monsters, NPCs, mini-games, adventures, game design essays, GM's advice, and more, all with some amazing art. Highly recommend this if you're an OSR fan. $26 is the most popular pledge. From Lone Archivist, we have In Other Waters, Tidebreak for Mothership. This is an adventure module about underwater horrors. We already talked about Dive last week, which was using the Mothership engine, but about underwater horrors. And now here's another one, a RPG based upon a video game, I guess, that had the same name. Was there a video game called Tidebreak? I don't know. Anyways, we have Tidebreak, In Other Waters for Mothership. So again, movies like The Abyss, Deep Blue Sea, Jaws, Alien Underwater. You know, instead of worrying about dying from asphyxiation and hyperthermia and explosive decompression in space, you have to worry about drowning and sharks. Yeah, Mothership. That is so much is being done with this game. It feels like it could be the game of the year. We'll see. Anyways, if you're like me and you're afraid of the ocean, get this game. Shane Welsh presents The Toxic Wood. This is an adventure module for OSR/OSE/old school D&D. It's a forest-based adventure where the characters go around the forest and do haunted, spooky forest things. 14 hex locations, monsters, NPCs, and random tables. $12 is the most popular pledge. So if you need a spooky haunted forest setting for your old school adventures, OSR, retro clone, old school D&D type stuff, check this out. From Hanser Publishing, we have the Gaia Complex, a game of flesh and wires. Hardware 2119. This is an original system with the Gaia Complex. Is a cyberpunk RPG. Yeah, I can kind of tell with the name. Set in a Europe of the future, 2119. It's 112 pages. that gives you everything you would need to explore a cyberpunk world called the Gaia Complex, A Game of Flesh and Wires, Hardware 2119. That's a really long name. Anyways, you know, I'm a huge fan of Cyberpunk. So, yeah, could do worse. $25 is the most popular pledge. From Skeleton Key Games, we have for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. I need more coffee, obviously. Excuse me. For Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, we have Dossier decks. 5e fantasy environments. $56 is the most popular pledge. 4 decks of cards used to create environments for adventure. Each deck, caverns, dungeons, forests, and townfolks, is subdivided into 3 categories: mystical, natural, and monsters, each providing elements for the settings. You pick your deck and draw 1 card for each of the subcategories and to populate each encounter. So basically, it's a deck used to build adventures. 1 for dungeons, 1 for forest, whatever. So you draw a card, put it down, that's the encounter, draw a card. It's, you know, it sounds awesome. I love the cards, as you know. I can never not stop talking about how great of a prop and great a tool the cards is. If this is a thing that can help you generate adventures really quick, sure, why not? Sounds fun. From Miguel Colon, we have Malpractice, a card-based RPG. This is an original system. Most popular pledge is $25. It's a 52 card-based RPG where you play a new hire at a discount medical center where you're trying to save lives. It's a niche genre, magical girl role-playing slash crazy doctor slash role-playing. I mean, there's not a lot of hospital doctor-based tabletop role-playing. Medical role-playing. You know, white cells at work would be a perfect thing. $25 the most popular pledge. I think this could be a source book. I don't know if its own game. From Plus One Experience, we have 13 Hunters, one word. This is an RPG zine. It's 13 sci-fi bounty hunters. This 32-page zine describes the 13 NPCs for your sci-fi game. It's system neutral, so it can be any sci-fi game. So if you need some people to represent the Boba Fett of your sci-fi universe, check this out for $12 is the most popular pledge. Okay, that's everything that should be on the shelves at your friendly local game store. I mean, sorry, that's all the crowdfunding projects that are coming to an end this week. If any of these sound interesting, head on down to your friendly local game store. That's Cess Games Anime here in Ventura, but not for much longer. My recommendations this week, Sunken Isles. $55 for an island setting that needed a cultural consultant. Nope. Knock. If you play OSR, yes, support this. Tide Break, another amazing supplement for the amazing game Mothership. Yeah, Mothership seems to be the word of the year, so yeah, get it. And Toxic Wood, a spooky forest setting for OSR. Sure, why not? Gaia Complex, another tabletop RPG about cyberpunk, one of my favorite settings with a really long name. Why not? The Dossier Deaths, 5e fantasy environments, GM supplement, RPG accessory. This is good for any fantasy game, or maybe just any game. Yes. Malpractice, a card-based RPG about medical role-playing. It sure is a niche. I don't know if there's an audience, but I'm curious. So we'll see if this one gets kickstarted and crowdfunded and meets its goal. Yeah, I don't know about that one. 13 Hunters for Plus One Experience. The Book of Bounty Hunters for any sci-fi game. Yeah, sure, why not? Looks like my top recommendation for this week's crowdfunding projects are Dossier Decks and Tidebreak and Knock. If any of those products sound like something you want to support, head on down to your friendly local game store and ask them to look into it for you. That's Cess Games and Anime here in Fundura, but sadly, as you know, Cess Games and Anime is closing its doors as of February 28th. It's your last chance to head on down to Cess Games and Anime and support this amazing store and its 20-plus year history of supporting role-playing here in Ventura County. If you appreciate the words that are coming out of my mouth, let me know. If you don't appreciate the words that are coming out of my mouth, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 1,000 subs by August 4th, and we'll do something crazy. Till then, I'm going to finish my coffee, then go to the market. I have been the OGGM, your guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, sports, and general internet nonsense. Now, see ya! Get out of my land, you damn kids! Space.